Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, boys and girls. I'm early this morning. I'm early. It's time to get going. Time to get going. Got some fishing dailies. Cannot forget them fishing dailies. Get them on the go. There's a dog over here. She is just chilling, by the way. She's fast asleep. She's very much alive, don't you worries. Righty. Righty. Got me coffee on the go. I needed the coffee. I got to farm some lumber today. Of all the things you would not expect to see me doing, I genuinely need to farm some lumber. I do still have some, enough to craft a little bit, but not enough. We are going to need to farm some more. But got to chip away at the fishing dailies. Keep up with that rep. Why do you have a quest? Spoils of the vault. Participate in activities inside of the vault. For free pair of 292 braces. Hello? Yes, please? Where did these come from? Sure. Where did this quest come from? Oh, is this a renown quest? Wait, hang on. Was that renown 9? Wait. Oh, that was probably the renown 9 reward. Curse Breaker Braces 2. Haha. Kind of forgot about that. That's a pleasant surprise. That'll do. BM, welcome in. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. The downside is I need to go do shit in the temple to get it. I guess there's good reasons to do it for a piece of champion gear. That also means if we're going to get a piece of champion gear, I'm going to spend my... what do you call it? Veteran crests, upgrading those to 6 of 6. Because if I upgrade them to 6 of 6 with veteran crests, it will make it cheaper to upgrade the champion ones with champion crests. Which is an odd weirdness to how the gearing system works, because if it's not convoluted enough... Why is that a shiny green symbol? Time left 3 minutes. Is that because it's a go? There's no way that's a go. Not a chance. That's probably saying that that was the last location of the last surge. But, you know, surges don't stick around too often. How you doing, Satyrian? Welcome in. Good morning. What's there a random treasure in the middle of there? I didn't think there'd be any opportunity to grab anything. Yeah. Look, we've got venom nodes. So this was clearly the location for the last... surge, but we're way too late for that one. Way too late. Unfortunate scout satchel. Somebody said these contain a pet potentially. Uh, 52,000? 5,200, sorry? 52,000 would be lovely. Feel sorry for the Race to World First Raiders who are probably doing that quest on multiple characters now. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Donut, welcome in. Good morning. Thank you very much for the 90 stream streak. That's some serious dedication there. To nearly hit 3 figures is bananas. Thank you very much. Hope you're having a good morning. I've got to get some coffee in me. Got to get our fishing daily out the way. And then we'll switch attention mostly to furthering our Decor adventures. Did somebody fall out of the bed? Well, we had to start a little bit early, you know. I was up and I was ready, and the coffee was cooked. So let's go. Let's go. Showered, ready, feeling alive, mostly. I think my wife, you know, Mrs. Manthis had the sniffles a couple of days ago. She shook it off nice and quick, but I think the way she shook it off was to shake it onto me. My left nose stopped working yesterday evening, and I was like, oh no, not again. Sick to death. Like, I've been ill like 3 times this year. I don't know what the hell's going on. When I say ill, I mean like, you know, standard man flu. Nothing serious, but still debilitating for a couple of days. I'd just rather it not happen. Right, let's go see what the fishing dailies are today. And I might contemplate going and doing that. Take the gate, purge the temple. I mean, that's just a case of just do the dailies down there, isn't it? That should be easy. There'll be lots of people scrabbling around to finish those before reset.
Enjoy a good scroll.
Your left nose, how many noses you got? The left side of me nose, my left nostril, all of a sudden was like, no, we're not playing anymore.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least
It's good to have a backup nose, it is indeed. Not kind of like Michael Jackson type backup, just like stick a new one on, but... Oh, Surge is up. I guess if we're ever going to get 300 of them, I should probably go and do it, shouldn't I? Haley, welcome in. Good morning. Thank you very much for the 55. Snuck up. We've started a bit early this morning. Sneaky sneakies. Hope you're having a good day. Let's go get this. I think I've got time to get to the Surge, haven't I? In doubt, whack a tree. I don't know how much lumber I've still got left, but crafting all the midnight lumber across 4 professions yesterday has, yeah, we're down to like 600 lumber, which is not going to be enough. I think it's, well, actually, the napkin math I have in my head is 1,400 lumber, but that's pre-nerf numbers. So... half that to 700 plus all of the new stuff that they added. So it's probably 1,000 lumber to craft one of everything. Think, maybe, possibly, probably. Still means we're probably running short. But people ready for season launch tomorrow? People prepped? People hyped? People excited? I do mean that genuinely, by the way. I know I've QQ'd on this patch quite aggressively so far, for it being sub-average, but, you know, even a sub-average patch, like, season launch is still fun, you know? No, nearly died. The one thing I haven't done is the shenanigans with Valera, for the purpose of delves. But I mean, I'm not going to be shooting for like Hall of Fame Nemesis boss kill or anything silly, so I'm not too fussed about that. There is the possibility of doing a couple of 8s today on a couple of my alts. Just trundling through them, even if they're under geared, just to get that hero piece of gear. Because we'll be able to do it again tomorrow, technically. Now, I know the maps kind of don't go anywhere, but... that you can use a second one in the same week, but... I don't know, there's part of me that just kind of, you know... doesn't want to risk it with all of the oddities and... random bugs. Let's pew some stuff real fast. I've got to liking keeping the full zonal minimap up, you know. I've found this is very helpful. There's absolutely no way I'd have noticed that the surge was on, by the way, if I didn't have this minimap up. It's not the minimap, is it? It's like the mini map. The mini big map. I don't know how you describe it, but the fact that there doesn't seem to be like any big telltale sign that the surges are up, unless you're like, oh, it's probably now. Unless you clock it or something. It's good for the big rares as well. The elite rares. Standard rares don't show up on here, but if there's ever an elite rare that show up. Omni, welcome in. Good morning, by the way. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, probably going to spend a bit of time on the Druid today, probably out here farming some lumber. It's a 2 birds, 1 stone situation, though, because I can farm some lumber, and I can do it, now that we've scienced it a little bit. I've done my science on the lumber. I've figured out that 250 lumber an hour, if you want, is here, depending on how much of it you need. 250 lumber an hour is more than possible. Now that we have that napkin math, I can, you know, wombo combo it a little bit with keeping herbing and mining up to speed on the Druid. And it kind of feels like I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone, even though it's technically just nuking the efficiency, but I don't mind doing 2 things slightly inefficiently if I can do them at the same time. Has anybody been doing any herbing and mining on the new zone? Like, in detail? I'd still suspect that the 2 new moats are worth a pretty penny, just because, you know, there's they've only been around 5 minutes, but the envenomed ones look mighty frustrating, because they, like, you have to channel it for like 30 seconds. I noticed Elon yesterday was saying that you can, if multiple people are channeling at the same time, the thing goes down faster. But surely that just means you get less moats. Like, I don't think that everybody gets the same amount of moats and it goes down faster. I think you just straight up just get less moats. But that's probably worth a cheeky test. I wonder if people have reset toxic tilapies this morning, with it being today's fishing quest. Or I will also wonder if most people are just bored of doing the fishing dailies by this point. The alchemists should have enough rep to buy their recipe now from the fishing dudes. I think you needed 3 out of 5 with Captain Tocker to be able to buy it. So if you are looking at crafting one of the new potions, that said, most people seem to have made a bit of a beeline towards the health potion, because it uses 25 of the old one. You actually get pretty good rates with concentration on it. Just purely by the fact that it uses loads of something. And it's got a nice cheeky 25x multiplier on it because of that. Where most other potions and stuff are taking like 6 to 8 herbs. Multiplier's not as high. Come on, you big pigeon, where you at? This is kind of why I'm a little bit worried about them dropping the speed of these down to like 15 minutes. I definitely think they need to make these surges more frequent than every 45 minutes. But every 15, which is what I've seen a lot of people suggest, feels too short to me. And it's simply because the event can sometimes take 10 minutes. Like right now, for example, this event technically started 9 minutes ago. And so now it's taken the best part of 10 minutes for the event to be completed. And if it's 5 minutes till the next one, people will just like chain them one after another and after another after another after another. And they will never feel as if they've got time to do anything else. Like, if like at this point, you would just fly to the next... If there were 15 minutes, you just fly straight to the next one and AFK for 5 minutes. Which, I'm of the opinion, is almost as degenerate of a playstyle as trying to do them every 45 minutes. At least now, when they're 45 minutes apart, you can go and do something meaningful in between. Go kill some rares, go do some world quests. You could even probably squeeze in a delve or a dungeon or something. 15 minutes would cause burn. Yeah, because people had just chained them. They'd sit there all day. They'd nuke one down. They'd AFK for 5 to 10 minutes. Then they'd nuke another one down. And then they'd AFK for 5 to 10 minutes. And they'd, you know... they'd hate themselves by the end of it. Because players are their own worst enemies. Given the option to do something like that, players will 100% do that. It does mean that alts will be able to get the 3 Surge quest completed within an hour, which is probably what you'll see most smart people doing, at least. I still think that pushing it to every 15 minutes only promotes yet more degenerate gameplay. 30 minutes, you can kind of make the argument that you can go off and do something else within that, like, minimum 20-minute time. Most of the time. And be back in time for the next one. I don't know. It's up to Blizzard, really. The consensus is pretty clear, though, that 45 minutes is just too long. Had 20 minutes on the rares in Dragonflight. Yeah, see, even the rares then, even then 20 minutes felt too short, because people did just go from one, and then they'd sit, twiddle their thumbs for 15 minutes, fall asleep between them, and then bitch and moan about it just as heavily. Especially when they introduced, like, the 3-minute, like, immunity window on its spawning as well. And that 20 minutes then became 17, and, you know, then you got time to kill the thing, which if there's 40 people there, it didn't fall over instantly. I don't know. It just feels a difficult balance. Arguably, these timed events were getting pretty boring in Dragonflight. But... Oh, shit, which combo am I doing today? I need to double check this, actually. Has anybody wow-headed the shit out of this yet and figured out what the different combos are to get the different... Ophi the Sly. Mixing Mysteries... Aha, somebody has big-brained the shit out of this already, which is what I was hoping somebody would have done. Cauldron Concoction Pet has this activity as its source and seems to come as loot from the offering containers, but we're lacking data be sure about its chance of them or the balanced offering. So yeah, you see you got to do 3 combo 3 combo 3 combo, and then one of each is the last one, balanced offering. So which ones have I already done and which ones do I still need to do? Going from the balanced offering page, there's a low chance of the pet. So there's a chance then that it's the balanced offering loot one that might contain the pet, but you need to do one of the others in order to get the achievement, and the Decor as well. Hunter Ritual Stone's been nerfed. Hunter Ritual Stone. That was the blacksmithing one, right? Wasn't that the blacksmithing one that benefits prey? Or handy note shows the ones you've done? Do I not have the right handy notes? I've got everything switched on. What's the name of the achievement? Mysterious Mix Master. Okay. Zoom in. Your character arrow was covering the handy notes on the map. Oh, was it? Okay, well, I found this now anyway. Let me do whatever is needed for the eerie offering. Eerie offering, which is two bones and a feather. 2 bones and a feather. Have a bone, have a bone, have a feather.
Lord bless you like you blessed us.
Nice. 29 Void Light Marl. Love to see it. It no longer scales with your item level and is down to 101 stats from 165. Are they slowly but surely nerf? They tend to try and make the new shit at least better than the old shit, but they seem like all I've seen is nerfs to the embellishments, and I looked at them and didn't think they looked outrageously overpowered in the first place. So I wonder what they're getting to. Oh yeah, you're right. Zoom in. Oh well, there we go. There we go. That's handy for tomorrow. Yeah, nice. Nice sweater. Thanks. I'm I like it. I like a good pink t-shirt or sweater or something. It's a Finnish brand called Makia. Coin-eyed Scully. Little rares on site due to 2 mounts being added to them. Has anybody got these mounts yet, by the way? These are ridiculously hard to get as the Season 1 variants. Speed and a socket on it. I think everything comes with a socket by default now, don't they? But this plus speed would be nice. Shame it's the Warbound one. Possible to not fly past a treasure. $266? Yes. Cash money. That's why you pick up the treasures. Occasionally, there's more gold in one of them than there is in doing a flipping world quest, at least. Where's me noggin fogger? Okay. Oh, you've got a, you're a funky fish. What did I do there? What button did I press that I didn't mean to press? Oh. 2 sticks, I meant to press 4. Does feel a little bit odd, you know, because I've done technically Zippo in terms of like goal making prep for tomorrow. I haven't even like crafted up a bunch of feasts or anything. And I'm taking 12.1 really passively, like really passively. Didn't do any investments. I don't know. I guess maybe I just played a little bit too much in 12.0. I should probably do the world quests just for the rep, whilst we're kind of on that grind. Suscitate wildlife? Not seen this world quest before. How are people getting on with Craft Sim, by the way? I saw a few people stating that Craft Sim's had a pretty major update, but I've also seen people struggling with it doing some odd things, like not allowing you to equip the right weapons and things. Are these common issues, or are these individuals having conflict with other add-ons? Slowly getting used to the layout changes. Yeah, they've moved a few things around in it as well, haven't they? I had a little poke around with it earlier, and it all seemed to still look mostly in control. Thus was having real issues with it optimizing by removing his tools. Yeah, I saw that happen to Elon as well.
The wildlife need our help.
Seems like an odd bug, but I know No Mats No Make tries to control your tools as well. Usually, I try my best to not have two add-ons that are doing the same thing, because they will often fight against each other for the power. And it can go horribly wrong, but it's such a vital add-on these days. I'm just, you know, if there's been a big update to Craft Sim, I just hope it's, you know, smooth sailing. It's always the risk of doing big updates, you know, at big times. It's when people need it the most. Grima, how we doing? Welcome in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wish they brought back the button in sim mode to change all of one material to a quality. That's one thing I've never really used the simulation mode in Craft Sim. More often than not, mostly because I usually just have a shitload of materials on me anyway. That seems to be its biggest advantage, that you don't need the materials to, like, e.g. to simulate it, but I usually just have the mats anyway. Then again, I'm also relatively untrusting in that sort of stuff. I like to see it with my own eyes. Jaleel, how we doing? Welcome in. My coffee is still burning hot. I'm absolutely busting to drink it, though. I spotted a new game yesterday. And I even played it for about half an hour before going to bed. And I don't know how big of a game it is. I don't know if it's one of these, it'll be done in like 15 hours kind of games, or whether it's another, it's going to take over your life kind of game. But it's called Sandistry. It's like Terraria meets Noita meets Factorio. And it scares me greatly because it looks kind of cool. I saw Co playing it, and whereas these days I weirdly seem to think Co claims every game is the best game since sliced bread, because I often feel, you know, the more positive a review a game he gives, the more likely other game reviewers are going to give him games and pay them to play them. I think there's a little bit of an underhandedness with Co these days. That might be an unjust assumption. But every single game he seems to play seems to claim it's the best game since sliced bread. But he was playing this the other day, and managed to crash their Discord server whilst doing it. So there's clearly a lot of eyeballs on it, and it kind of looked cool. You have to dig sand and then filter it, and then you're trying to make gold, which is also why it piqued my ears. Like it's like sifting sand for gold, but you do it in multiple different ways. Like you dig up sand and you make it wet, and then you sift it and you get gold, and then you get residue out the back of it, and then that residue, it just piles up until you learn how to burn the residue, which turns it into like burnt residue, which then can be filtered again and compressed, and you can extract seeds from it. And it slowly but surely, you take sand as the raw material, you do a bunch of shit to it to just make more and more and more gold, which, the factory sim-esque gold goblin in me was like, ooh, you've piqued my interest. Yeah, Sandistry. It's on cheap on Steam right now. It's like $10 on Steam, or it's on Game Pass. So you kind of like, you can theoretically play it for free if you already have a Game Pass subscription.
The Murlocs have been harassing our troops. Put them in their place.
Me no see no Murloc. Time to send on Moxie or sit on it for a bit more. Why would you sit on it? There's no reason now to not send it. I mean, selling the materials you get from the Moxie bags is a slightly different question. You sell them whenever you're happy with the price, honestly. Too many people, I believe, wait for the peak and then miss it. If you're happy with how much they're worth now, just sell them. Yeah, in terms of like getting recipes and stuff from them, the seasons ago. Arguably, the time to send you Moxie was probably earlier this week, since if you did manage to pull like the one raid recipe. Has anybody, are those on the auction house, by the way? Curiosity. What's it called? Some fang thing. Oh, maybe they're not. Maybe that recipe wasn't even pullable from a Moxie bag. Dawn Fang. Yeah, they don't exist. Okay, that means then that not a single person got one out of a Moxie bag. So arguably there wasn't really any reason to wait on Moxie bags ever. That was the main reason why people were suggesting to like wait on opening your Moxie bags in case you got new raid recipes out of them before the raid launches and sell them for 2 million gold. Materials usually, I mean, this is such a broad statement, I generally don't even think this is particularly helpful, but materials generally about 2 weeks after the season has started peak at their highest price. But what material will peak at that point is difficult to, to guesstimate. That's usually because that's the point when people have stopped farming for long enough and natural supply has consumed most of the cheap shit. And, the auction house is predominantly only full of, like, the daily resupply of sort of stuff. But even still, that's, like, very broad a statement. Rule still applies. Like, if you're getting materials for your Moxie, sure, you want to get the most for them, but if you're happy with what they sell for now, sell them now. There's no point trying to min-max and optimize it. Spend that brain power getting more Moxie. Would be my play. Right, let's grab this rep. Oh, I didn't do the fishing, did I? Do I do the fishing or do I just buy the fish? Let's just buy the fish. $30 gold a piece. Skamazed.
Have anything ancient to trade?
Time is
Needs to
money.
be at least 2 centuries old. If you find anything exotic, bring it to me. If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
This is why your money goes down instead of up, I know. It's alright, did anybody not see we had a load of gold in the mailbox anyway? We more than covered the cost in the mailbox, it's fine. I probably should put all of this stuff back on the auction house as well, actually. What is all of... oh my god, please don't look at my bags.
I've seen things that would scare you shellless. Fine, leave. I was done talking to you.
On my third Entropic Rift pattern yesterday, minor panic when it wouldn't let me loot it because it was unique because I had one in the warbank. Fortunately, it went to the mail. Oof. I hate when they tag things as unique, That's happened to me a few times, and I definitely feel your pain. Get rid of all of that. What we still got left going on in here? Try again. No doggo. There should be 2 doggos. Should be 2. We got an upside down Nipsu. He's chilling in a bed. And I actually don't know where Alma is. Probably under the side. Oh, there you go. You can see an there. Oh, an ear. You heard a name. Amlams, say hi. Alma. Alma. No, she's not moving. Well, you can see an ear. That's about as good as you get. She's still small enough to squeeze under the sofa, and so she does. Right. Okay, we need to do this, don't we? We need to go do some shit downstairs. Champion piece of braces we should go get. We can get them to 295 quite comfortably.
Tokobani, welcome.
Right, and go downstairs. Didn't do any M0s this week. I probably should, because the more pieces of champion gear we can get, the better. Really, obviously. But I mean, if there's any of you guys that want to go run some M0s, well, I guess we can. Maybe I'll focus on getting the Decor stuff done first. That's weirdly more important to me than a few extra little bits of champion gear. I bet there's some of you that are sick to death of running your M0s on your ults anyway. Probably the last thing you want to see is me trundling through them. How many of these coins have I got? Have I got any on alts? Okay, I've got 2.8k coins. I think my next upgrade is like 15,000 coins or something. It's when I started to realize that the numbers on this are just absolutely bananas crazy. Why do you not have a daily quest? Where's your daily quest? Oh, yours is over here. There's 1,000 easy coins available for doing these, but yeah, 15,000 corrosive coins is my next upgrade.
May you always find victory.
And I started to come to the conclusion that if I need 3 more points, I need 1 more point here and then both of these. If I need 3 more points and this one is 15k, it's probably 15k, 20k, 25k, which is like, whew, that's a spicy meatball. I mean, this one is just like egg stuff, which doesn't really matter. Ghosts rally with me at curse surges. It's not like curse surges are difficult. And it's also not really like I die outside either. This last one is just to... your Venom Ward increases allies' movement speed and heal over time. I mean, I barely find these wards in the first place. So the last 3 points for me are, you know, very optional points all the same. I need to actually complete 2 strikes though. Get in a group to do that. Oh, Purifying Earth and Sky, actually. That's one that needs, that one there's an achievement attached to that I don't have. Very last can be put on Renown 14. Oh yeah, you get a couple from the Renown tree, don't you? Yeah. I'm almost tempted to just wait for those ones now. Rather than farming the coins. That's a very good point. Where does this one start? Oh, there's 2 areas. Oh my god, look at all these purple mobs. Oh my, I can't not kill these. Coin juice on these is outrageous. Okay. Turns out I'm dying still. See, they fixed the issue for under 90s on the soiree and the abundance. Oh, have we had some patch notes on this? Has anybody spotted any patch notes on this? Or is it just come through as hot fixes? They're hot fixes? Why have they waited so goddamn long to do them? I did assume a lot of this stuff would need the weekly reset to be fixed. Or at least they delay it till the weekly reset, so at least it's kind of like semi-fair. Alright, one random week where you can't do it for under 90s, but it's the same for everybody kind of thing. The fish are now... Soulbound fish are now not soulbound. They've fixed that one. They haven't fixed some of the decor, though. Some of this decor is still flipping warbound. Idiots. Okay, that was a minor distraction. Where was I trying to go? What was I trying to do? I was trying to do the strike. Oh, did it not give me credit for that strike? I suppose I didn't do any of it, so I guess that's only fair. The funny thing is I'm pretty sure Goldson has just moved a shitload of his characters from the abundance thing to something else. And he'll probably be incentivized to move them back now. We're stuck in combat. There we go. Oh, okay, the actual incursion started. Sure. Grab one of these on the way back. Help out the team.
Sit down with me.
No, go away. Go away. Leave me alone. Ooh, my tarnished gloves have sold for 4,000 gold apiece. 2 of them. That means somebody's clearly bought them out. Mind if I do? Yo, some of the 266 pieces are actually disgustingly cheap though right now on the big realms. Buying them all out and shipping them off elsewhere feels like a really good idea right now. Speaking of, TSM can now handle the new bonus IDs. Yeah, that's also probably why people are buying out all of my stuff now, because people can put them in groups properly and are now doing shenanigans on it. Yeah. Yeah, people are buying all the cheap 266 stuff now because they can group it and distribute it and do things more effectively now TSM knows what they are. Still only 52%. This sacrificial offerings one is a really frustrating incursion because nobody ever wants to do it. Like, it's probably the least AFKable because at least 21 people have to go do a thing, or it just takes forever. And you can only pick up one thing at a time, so it does really require a group effort, this one. Who would have thought, right? The group activities require a group effort to complete. I've actually had this one run out of time because not enough people did it, which was ridiculous. I'm wondering then if any of my 266 stuff I might take off the auction house. Why am I doing the undercut scan? I don't need to. I just need to delete. I just need to cancel anything that's 266. You're 266. To be fair, I've done pretty good at selling a lot of my 266 stuff already. So, put that in groups properly now. Just realised I don't know where the Rin Rider is in Silvermoon. It's on the bridge. On the bridge here. To the east of the Light of Sanctum. Yeah, with dragon riding it's easy. Like, I mean, I think I used it. Yeah, I've used it probably twice ever. Like the auction house. Fun fact. Lost the auction house the other day. Totally lost the auction house. Because there is always 15 long boys. Totally lost the auction house. The irony in that. Working towards that extra prey level for the additional normal raid item level tomorrow. I mean, that sounds painful. I wish you the best of luck, because I am not capable of that. No, sirree. I should go turn these corrosive souls in, really, shouldn't I, and unlock some stuff. I'm one corrosive soul away from a third unlock there. Essence of Malice is that way. Yo, this is an easy quest to like farm people for easy coins. Where's the Essence of Malice? Start group. Because you can guarantee that everybody's going to come in here and just farm all the mobs for you. Wow, the most most ban evasive name you've ever seen in your life. So relieved to not be raiding anymore. Have what have the Echo and Limit boys been up to? They're always doing some absolutely outrageous shit, aren't they? I think one thing I heard is I saw a clip of Max saying that now they're now gonna only level 16 characters. And I'm like, yo, what now? Only 16. Absolute slackers. Yeah, I think that was like one of the talking points, that Echo are doing 20 and Limit have decided to only do 16 or something. I just don't know. Like, it seems so out of control these days, honestly. Genuinely feels so out of control. The cost of being world #1, you know? If you're not doing more than the next person, there's a good chance the next person will beat you. And we can't be having that now.
Akilson guides me to victory.
One of the strikes, I need to be doing 2 strikes. Usually the daily quest is to do an incursion, and it's easy, you just jump in a quick group, and then as soon as the incursion's over, everybody leaves group and just rinses and repeats. There's also the boss at the end is what gives you the veteran gear. But when you get the one that's to do strikes, people are like less interested in doing that shit. Cat's suddenly full on zoomies mode because it's cool weather again. Because it can breathe for the first time in months. Yeah, surprisingly, people think my dogs are like, with them being super fluffy, like would struggle with the heat. But they've got 2 layers of fur, so it genuinely works 2 ways. It keeps them warm in the winter when shit's cold. Also, it keeps the heat out in the summer, so my dogs tend to do fine. To be fair though, I've got the luxury of aircon in here, so that's why they spend a lot of time in the studio with me in the summer, because it's a constant 22 in here. But like, if we're at the summer place or something, they'll literally sunbathe in 35 degrees and they're just chilling, they're fine. Make sure they've got access to sufficient water, and they're all good. Yeah, I'm still in the group where everybody's off trying to do that thing, which feels a little bit cheesy. An incursion in 3 minutes on my home realm. I feel as if I should probably just do that. We actually had rain this week. It's glorious. It's so funny. Like, all my family are like, for the first time on social media, literally ever, just begging for rain. Oh, like, you spend 360 days of the year complaining about that it's raining. But recently, for very good reason, they'd be just begging for the rain gods to come. Done with the Isle for this week. Time to put all the Hearthstones back. I feel ya.
Good to see you again.
I've got one strike I need to complete and 65% of this bar. And then I can agree with you totally. But memes going around in the Netherlands that we were comparing rain to be about as rare as the eclipse that we had. I missed the eclipse the other day. I was streaming during it. Nobody told me. I forgot. We'll go this side. Ooh, that was silly, because now I've got no health. Monstrously silly move. Okay, we're fine. How do you do this? There's an achievement for a big random stray one. I don't know what the big random stray one is. Is it that one? It's got to be that one, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. The only reason I wanted to do this one. Ow! I hit Sauron's eye. Oh, that kicks me out. Am I the only one doing this? It feels like it. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, I was trying to fly then, realizing that no, we don't do flying in here. We have to take all of these silly things. Oh, finished. Beautiful. Has that triggered the incursion then? Surely that's triggered the incursion. Oh, you only get 5% completion on this. You'd think, wouldn't you, that getting to renown 9 would be enough, and it'd just give you the piece of gear. And you've clearly done the work, but apparently not. Strange cache has appeared. Shackles, serpents. How am I doing on the achievements for this, by the way? Curse of Ulatek. Complete the following storylines. That's coming soon to a cinema near you. Assault the Vault. Roll the patrol. Complete the following patrols. Scavenged weapons. Siphon venom dragged below. I've got to assume that some of these are still not switched on then, because I've done like probably, it feels like nearly 100 different patrols, and to have still be missing 3, like world quests, they must just not always be up. Pose the foes. This is a 3-week time gate. Love to see it. Tomorrow we'll get one of the other 2. Soft Underbelly. Annoyingly, I've not completed this one, although this was bugged earlier in the week. The bosses are a weekly switch, whereas the patrols are a bi-weekly swap. Yeah, I did notice some of them have changed. I wonder if I just need to bang out a bunch more of them now. Fully corroded. Oh, that's getting all 20 unlocks. Stomp 1,000 snakes. I've not stomped a single... What the hell do you have to do to stomp a snake, then? Oh, Lord. How have I got 0... That's probably not possible yet, if I've got 0 progress on it, the amount of time I've spent down here. Ooh, a chest. Which one should I go and do? One up there, probably. Somebody's on it already, which is a good start. Wowhead stomping snakes, easiest way to stomp 1,000. Oh, okay. Got the same, but I don't know why you'd remove it, as that was the question I used to have on it in the Zulaman City, because that was the only one without... Wait, what? Oh, Hearthstone. Yeah, the Arcantina key is the easiest way back to get back to Stormwind on the regular. And then set your Hearthstone just wherever else you need it. Unless, of course, you're Volpera or a mage. You just cheat life. Just walk back, like nature intended. RP walk it. Do it. Fight the power. Ignore the flight paths. Send a message to Blizzard. Let's not introduce the stone vial conversion. The vial price doesn't seem to have changed. It's definitely a thing. I haven't looked at the price of vials though. Okay, 90%. A little bit more to do. Have still 200 gold a piece right now. Is it because glass hasn't moved much? Crystalline glass has barely budged. Interestingly, everything has been pulled up to that value rather than that value being pulled down to everything else. I think what's happened, crystalline glass is probably, by the looks of things, it's just pulled the floor up rather than it pulling the ceiling down by the looks of things. Which, how's that affected the price of standard ore? 10 gold a piece. Not really changed the price of that much. In all honesty, what's probably happened is that there was such a ridiculous abundance of quality 1 material, quality 1 glass just knocking about from 6 months of prospecting. That it's the quality 1 glass has just all been hoovered up, and it's lifted the floor price rather than pull the ceiling down. But that can only sustain for as long as there is a very, very heavy supply of the quality 1 glass still knocking about. I don't know. Should we go kill let's go kill the big boss dude, just because we can. That's got to get us our 10%, surely. That got us our 10% as well. Nice. Yeah, I would imagine that at the moment, the people that have made out like bandits are probably the ones that just hoovered up all of the quality 1 glass. Took the risk on buying out all of that quality 1 glass. Which is now just being held at 1/10 of the price of the quality 2 glass because of the conversion. But was frequently sat at like 30 times cheaper than quality 2 glass, like halfway through last season. So it's pulled the floor up rather than the ceiling down, like many suspected. But that can only happen for as long as people are willing to manipulate the price up. I don't think that will
I'm
hold.
listening, my friend.
But, you know, it will hold for as long as there's still ample stock. What did the price of quality 1 glass do over the last few weeks / months? Yeah. See, that's what's happened. Well, quality 1 glass was like 2 gold a piece. Because it was hovering at or around where, you know, basically the same as like, it needed to be ever so slightly cheaper to craft quality 1 vials from than buying them from a vendor. So that was like its own sort of like floor price was about 2 gold. Then it slowly but surely increased in quantity as people have been buying out more of it, but simultaneously the price of the quality 1 glass has risen. So the floor has lifted rather than the ceiling crashing. By the looks of things. Go from like here, like that graph makes it a little bit easier to see. Now, it was pretty standardized before they announced the change. June 18th, though, seemed to be the start of where people started to try and manipulate, like buy it out, manipulate the price upwards a little bit. So the people that bought all of the stock, to be fair though, there wasn't really that much stock at any given point. You know, as high as 100,000 quality 1 glass at 2 gold a piece. If you bought 100k of it at 2 gold a piece and you're now selling it at 8 gold a piece, you've 4x'd your money, but it wasn't a particularly big investment. It was 1 token's worth of investment. You've turned 1 token into 4 tokens potentially. There wasn't like huge opportunity there for most people. Wonder if you can make a profit reselling vendor vials though. I wouldn't. They've got ridiculously high deposit fees. One expired auction on that vial and you've shot yourself in the foot. Reselling vendor materials is usually, I mean, it can work in extreme scenarios at scale, but it's risky as hell. But yeah, that seems to be what's happened with this. It's just pulled the price of the quality 1 glass up over the last month or so. Which in turn is probably made quality 1 or more valuable. So the ores of which do tend to mostly be prospected, which is the silver and the tin. Copper, not so much. What's happened to the price of these over the last... Oh, well, that's deceptive, isn't it? Arguably nothing. Pretty flat. Yeah, there's probably just still a lot of that quality 1 glass knocking about. I don't know. Do you think consumables will increase in price after reset tomorrow? My template answer to this question is I don't really like speculating on price. The demand for consumables will go through the roof because everybody will start doing content again. But there's no hard and fast guarantee that will increase the price of them. It could they could just as easily go down in price as everybody starts dumping their stock on the auction house. Guesstimating prices in this game is always literally a coin flip. Why I tend not to particularly enjoy speculating on it much, because then fingers get pointed at me if I'm wrong. That's exactly the same piece of gear. We go get where do we get this from? Is this from upstairs? Yeah. But yeah, like, absolutely. The opportunity to sell a lot of stuff will kick in pretty aggressively tomorrow. Your feasts, your food buffs, potions, flasks, any sort of consumable will go up in demand pretty aggressively. But there are also hundreds, if not thousands, of people that are preparing and readying themselves to sell a bunch of their stuff at the same time. Which doesn't necessarily mean that prices always go up. They probably will, temporarily, because people start resetting markets and doing all sorts of silly stuff. But it's never guaranteed, and it usually takes somebody with pretty deep pockets to make such a thing happen. Right, let's give these current braces. Have I got... Oh, I bet I don't have enough crests for this, do I? I've only got 30 veteran crests. I think I need 40. Oh. Let's go and have a look. What realms are good for selling decor? Any of them. Any of them. For every logical answer, there's for like literally any of them. The common logic that, you know, the bigger realms with more people on sell things better is mostly true with decor as well. But you have to kind of remember also who are the people who are buying decor. The people who are buying decor are not necessarily always the big heavy endgame raiders. If you are to throw a stereotype at it, it's usually the more casual crew that is probably more invested in things like decor. They're also not necessarily the people that always live on the big realms. So, in all honesty, basically any of them. You can sell decor on any realm. You'd have more success selling, you know, you could micromanage the decor and probably see better results than switching servers. My recommendation is don't limit yourself to just a server anyway. You probably either want to pick a high population server where you just know there's lots of people anyway, or you want to pick a couple of like medium population servers and spread your decor out across 3 or 4 realms. You know, play the numbers game then. Give yourself the opportunity to, you know, get a piece of decor listed and sold on a handful of smaller realms. Stack up those smaller chances to may or may not sell more.
The skies
Worry about it
call
less.
to
Worry more so about just farming more lumber. That will always be your
May we all
bottleneck with
find
Decor.
what we seek.
Lumber will always be your bottleneck. What I want to do now is I want to take my current pair of braces, not these champion braces. And I want to... they're higher item level for starters, so I want to equip the higher ones, because that watermarks my character at 292 in the bracer slot. Now I can upgrade these braces.
I will do my duty.
1 rank for free, because they've been watermarked at a higher... my character's been watermarked at a higher item level. But I can also throw 20 crests at it, 20 veteran crests to push it to 6 of 6. Which will then allow me, because now that's watermarked my character at 295 using only veteran crests, that will now allow me to convert these champion braces up 1 rank without it costing me any champion crests. Just like such. Because this gearing system is unnecessarily complicated. So what I've actually now achieved is a 2 of 6 rank on these without it costing me any champion crests. I've spent 20 veteran crests instead, which are lower tier, easier to get, less problematic ones. What a convoluted mess.
Stay vigilant.
Now we can swap out those veteran ones because we now no longer need them with the champion ones that have got further room to grow. Beautiful. And that same trick can be used going from champion to hero and also hero to myth. It's really weird how it works. And in my opinion, it shouldn't work that way, but it does, so. Right, anyway. Now I could squeeze out more item level if I actually upgraded some of these champion pieces further. I do have a bunch of champion crests, but feels like you just explained rocket science to me. Yeah, it's completely bananas how it works. You just have to remember that any piece of gear, your highest piece of gear that you can equip, watermarks your character with that item level in that slot. And you can then pull any other piece of gear you own up to that same item level, regardless of what its like gear rank is, up to that same level without it costing you any crests again. This is why, because the gear overlaps ever so slightly, you can use the lower grade crests to push that item up to max, which saves you a little bit of the next tier crests. It's so unnecessary. It really is. Mr. Goldson, though, welcome in. Good evening to you, sir. Thank you for bringing you and your crew. I appreciate it. We're about to jump on and do some decor crafting and probably then some lumber farming once I've spent all my decor. But I was just getting some busy work out the way before tomorrow. Short of going and doing a bunch of mythic zeros, which I really can't be bothered to do if I'm honest. We're kind of ready for tomorrow. I haven't done the Valera Delve cheese because that could potentially take 4 hours that I just can't be bothered to do. I'll level her up au natural over the course of the season anyway. Right, I need to, of all characters though, jump on the mage. This is quite scary. Any time I spend on my mage is scary. Cheesed it a bit yesterday. Oh, my Titans, the boredom. Yeah, I know, that's the thing. Like, the thought of then doing that on stream as well is inflicting everybody else with the boredom too. Belira Farm gives you 10k Void Light Marl. Okay, now you're selling it to me. 2,500 Void Light Marl an hour, you say? Now you are speaking my language. Why am I on the mage? I'm on the mage because we are looking at tailoring and inscription, of which I assume is probably lots of recipes, decor recipes that I don't own and should own. 3 outstanding ones. These are probably the new ones. Let's do a sanity check between what my groups have tailoring and the amount that there should be. So, the ones of which we have learnt, that's in a group, that's in a group, that's in a group, that's in a group, and that's in a group. Okay, so it's only going to be the 3 that I don't own that won't be in the groups, I reckon. What's this? Add recipe to Auctionator shopping list. Interesting. Where'd that button come from? A craft sim button? It's a new button. No, hang on. The luxurious silver moon cushion is in a. This must be a new one. View recipe source. Where's this button coming from randomly? It doesn't do anything. We can just go buy this one. That's easy enough to just go buy. A few thousand gold for that one. And that's a recipe in a bottle. Let's add these to groups either way. Ortolan sling sack. Tailoring decor. Twilight blades bedroll. Twilight's blade bedroll. That's a tailoring decor. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of decor. 3 that I'm missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the 5 that I've got. Right, okay, that's fine then. Let's sanity check inscription. I've already got loads in the group for inscription. And also missing loads. That one's grouped up. That one's grouped up. These are all in a group. Are you still bind on pickup? Stupid game. Right, they're all in a group. What am I missing? First Gaze of Ulatek Muriel. Already on the auction house, so the recipe's available at least. Open specialization, calm hat. What is this button doing? Why is it randomly here and why is it so frequently wrong? First Gaze of Ulatek Muriel. Description. Chiseled Amani tablet. Sindori Phoenix Quill, that's already grouped up. Sturdy Rendori Cask is grouped up. Wild Hanging Scroll is already grouped up, okay. Part of the Craft Sim update today, I rolled mine back. Oh. I've heard a few people have difficulties with it. Excuse me. I'm doing kind of both at the same time. Completing an 11 takes 10 or so minutes and gives me about 30% of a level. So a full 302 volt row is 2.5 levels per character. Oh, I see. So you're sort of, yeah, you are actually completing the 11s. I mean, I cannot dream of completing an 11 in 10 minutes right now. I guess you're, you know, Demon Hunter tank or something. Tank specs are probably capable of that sort of shenanigans. Me, not so much. Right, let's see what recipes we're missing and where we got to get them from. Eversong treasures, that's not happening anytime soon. Unless, of course, they're on the auction house for cheap. Uh, 100k for the pattern? You can jog on. No, thank you. That then comes from buying the, what are these things called? The, what are the green ones called? What are the green starfish called? That's a recipe in a bottle. Oh, that's 1,000 gold. I'm not going to waste my time trying to fish that thing up. Yoink. Why can't I... Benthos something? That sounds about right. Yeah, there we go. What was it, 50 of them? Alright, we'll go by this one. Ring of Glory's fast today. Just do the 4 Nemesis packs and a bit more clicking on the 8 pets. Okay, that's not too bad. Just do the new Delve Ring of Glory. Let Valera tank carry the run. Nothing to worry about doing leveling or doing 11s. Is she already strong enough to just, like, YOLO the whole thing? I did an 8 earlier in the week just to get my hero piece from the map, but we need to head upstairs. Oh, that's the wrong flight path.
I be listening.
Their tank's pretty powerful and good right now. Welcome in, Ginny, by the way. Good morning. I just stopped tanking, set her to do it, and now I DPS. Fair enough. What's the fastest way to get the second Spark of Tides? Good question. There was shenanigans going on at the beginning of the week with some people getting 2, some people getting 3. I've heard through the grapevine that they're going to give everybody access to a 4th tomorrow. Am I right in... Did I dream that, or is that legit? I think that's their solution to this sort of weird thing, is that they're just going to give everybody access to the 4th tomorrow. Via what source, I don't know, so I'm not very good at answering your question right now, but... this will also, from a crafter's perspective, mean there will probably be an absolute surge of weapon crafts going on. We were talking about mats earlier, and somebody pointed out that if there is one thing that probably could go to the moon tomorrow, it's going to be alloys. On the premise of the fact that there'll be an awful lot of weapon crafting going on tomorrow. Crafting your, what I would assume will be your heroic weapon, because you won't have the myth crests available yet to do. Will you be able to get myth crests tomorrow? I don't think most people will. Are you able to get 80 myth crests tomorrow somehow? Or is it that people will use hero crests by farming some mythic plus or something? Either way, there'll be a lot of weapon crafting going on tomorrow. People will cash in their 4 sparks to get a nice juicy 2-handed weapon ready for the season. Probably not what Blizzard plans, but there's definitely somebody in chat that will be able to point you in the right direction. PvP quest in Voidstorm sounds like a good one, because you probably don't have to do any PvP either. Third was only for the characters that didn't do the tour quest early in the expansion. Next week you'll be able to get the other 2. Okay. Yeah, it'll all be even playing field again tomorrow if you want to keep on top of it. If you do plus 10s tomorrow, you'll get the mythic crests. Restrictions on crests is gone tomorrow? Is there not going to be any seasonal cap on any of them at all? Surely that's not the case, right? Surely they don't lift the caps until the 0.5 patch, right? Or is this another new thing that's passed me by?
It is about the journey, not the destination.
There's the Tortolan Sling Sack. Yoink. There's another new recipe.
Knowledge is power, except stupid knowledge. Avoid that if you can.
So that's now all but one of the tailoring decor, because there's no fucking way I'm paying 100,000 gold for a stupid cushion. If we get that recipe, great. If not, we will ignore it for a while. Where are we at with inscription? What are we missing? Where do we get them from? Recipe and I'll tell you what, let's just start by scouting the auction house. Recipe in a bottle. 400 gold. Yoink. There is no way that there is not some outrageous fishing botting going on right now. The quantity of these recipes that have turned up this quickly. Knowing full well how infrequently you get bottles when fishing, there is so much supply of these recipes. Some in feels hella sus. Just saying. But I don't care. I'll buy the recipes now. That does not... That you can't buy the recipe. Oh, that requires me to have done the soiree. Wonder if there's any chance that I've got the right rep to do that, to buy that one yet. This one comes from doing prey. Definitely haven't done enough prey. I spent all of my spare relinquished yesterday. That one might just have to wait then. Oh, okay. I need 1,000 relinquished to get the 2 recipes on my scribe as well. Do you sell level 1 or 25 pets? There's a premium to be had on selling level 25 pets, but I tend not to believe it's really worth doing. You might get 10,000 gold more. See that this is where it's dependent on the value of the pet, really. If it's a 5,000 gold pet, there is absolutely no point either leveling or trying to sell the level 25 versions, because you're just not going to get the markup you expect or need. If the pet is worth 100,000 gold, leveling it to 25 and posting it at the same price as the level 1 will make yours probably sell quicker, because given the choice, somebody will take the level 25 pet if it's the same price as a level 1. You kind of use the level 25 pets as a bit of a bargaining chip to hopefully sell yours a bit more, efficiently. But as a general rule of thumb, I couldn't care less about leveling them up or selling them at 25 specifically. If you can kind of make your pet on the auction house stand out a little bit because it's the same price as everybody else's, but yours is level 25, and you're willing to, like, you know, sink the cost of leveling it to 25 in the first place, it's a way to sell it quicker, then sure, but otherwise I wouldn't bother. You got the lure, you get 2 bottles every time you catch the bottles. Yeah, I know, but you also don't really get the bottles that often. It's like the quantity of them that are appearing is kind of bananas. Keep in mind, if you're selling the level 25 pets, you're competing against people that do the garrison squirt. Yeah, I mean, there are periodic days where you can level to 25 literally in a matter of seconds. But under normal circumstances, you can't really demand much of a premium for a level 25 pet, so I tend to not really recommend it. Like I said, the only trick you can use that I have seen work is just leveling them to 25 during super squirts really quickly and easily, and then just selling them at the same price as the level 1s. Just because it will make your one more attractive on the list. Right, where did I decide we get these from then? Got distracted. Our squirrels. Okay. We need to go any... I don't think there's really... The irony, it's actually the old ones that I don't have access to. I don't have enough relinquished to go buy those, nor do I think that I've got... I mean, I've got plenty of this to be able to buy it. The question is do I have the... Let me steal 200 anyway. And let's at least go see if I can buy that. Quickest way to the soiree. Oh, I'm a mage. You're a wizard, Manthus. Yes, yes. That'd work so much better if my name was actually Harry. Now, I wonder what rep you actually need with these guys to pick this up, because that's gonna be the limiting factor here, I think. I probably won't have the right rep.
Cause for celebration. Our dear champion has arrived.
Honoria Shola, treat my wares with care. My goods are one of a kind.
Why am I here? What was the recipe I was after? Sindoroi Phoenix Quill, Ranger Lawn. Bar Striders.
Serve you well.
Not looking good, is it? Requires host rank or above. Okay. I have not sweated out the soiree enough yet. Alright, well that can wait then. That can wait. I've also not done prey enough to get the other one, so that can also wait. Well then, in that case, let's just craft the recipes we have and move on. How much for a name change? Oh, IRL. I mean, you can change your name pretty much for free. Like $50 for paperwork, probably. I think wife aggro would probably be a greater concern. Right, since I'm on this dude, let's do the weekly crafting anyway, because I bet bottom dollar I haven't done that. And we'll craft up the decor mosey on to the next character. Where's craft queue gone? Oh, craft queue's there. Where's it gone? Hello? Where's my craft queue gone? Why is my bar at the top of the window not there? Is that not craft queue? Patron orders? Oh no, that's tracking all of my patron orders in order to keep track of which ones so I don't miss them. That's not what I'm looking for. That's an interesting feature though. Where's my craft queue gone? Oh, it's pissed off the top of the map. That's why I can't see it. Alright. Yeah, we're not doing those. They're way too spicy. Way too spicy. Remember beelining the recipe during launch, the quill, selling a lot of them across servers? Yeah, there was a couple of big success stories with Decor early expansion. That big jewel crafting, well, no surprise really. Anything that's deemed, anything where the recipe was a bit of a challenge to get, you know, you almost had the market yourself if you got it nice and quickly. I probably should also do me cooldowns on this. Is it cash money to, where's me crafting, pricing, recipe info? That one? Where's the numbers gone? %11 profit margin on these. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Where's my tool gone? %21 margin? I mean, that's not bad. I actually have enough of the high quality stuff here. What am I missing here? Literally only 3 points. We do those first. Go hand in the quest.
Anaria Shola, our enemies will fall.
There's 2 points. The weekly. Oh, I've already used the weekly. There'll be another point in here somewhere. Wow. 3% margin on these. This is barely worth pressing the button on, but what are you going to do? For some reason, some crafters don't auto-search patron orders when crafting opens, and some do, not sure why. Clicking on the crafting order tab lets it pop. I'm pretty convinced people are just having massive, massive conflicts with other add-ons with CraftSim at the moment. My number one recommendation to anybody when they have a specific issue with an add-on is turn off every other single add-on and see if that issue still happens. Usually it's the fact that it's just going loopy-doopy because there's some other add-on conflicting somewhere. That's nearly always where the errors lie. Then it's a case of like which add-on dev is responsible for fixing conflict, but yeah, if in doubt, turn off all add-ons first before you start, just to get like rough idea of what's going on. Doing that one. Not doing that one. Do the rest though. What am I missing? Doing all the way over there. You don't need to click the shopping list anymore. CraftSim auto-populates shopping list now. I've turned that off. It populates when you click. If you use it on auto, it populates for everything that it puts in the list. Now, I don't want it to populate for everything in the list because I often go in and then delete ones off the list that I don't want to craft. So then I delete the ones I don't want to craft and then I click create shopping list still. Sometimes I'm willing to, you know, spend some gold to get something, but more often than not, when it comes to the patron orders, I ain't doing them if they're not profitable. Righty, that is the weekly profession stuff sorted. Oh no, I bet I didn't hand in the inscription quest, did I?
Glory to the Sindorai.
I've not acquired enough Dun shards to go and do any Dun business. Nor can I be bothered to fly over to the Fishy Friends. Yeah, nor can I be bothered to go over there to get my 3 from the pearls, so just have to fuse vitality will just have to wait. That said, I've got 31 in my bags. What am I waiting for on this fused vitality? I think I'm bis with tailoring, aren't I? Yeah, I've got the 2 tools on tailoring. Am I just like bare naked on inscription? Oh my god, I haven't even got rank 5 accessories on inscription. I'm just waiting on 60 to 80 fused vitality to fix inscription, aren't I, really? I should probably craft the quill. A resourcefulness quill. Because that's going to be the most useful to me for the longest period of time. And since I make the damn thing myself, it's kind of no reason not to, is there, really? Resourcefulness. Never a good spot for that. Is that right? Where's the table gone? All right. Lame. Where is it? Where's the resourcefulness? Might as well use these damn things. Hey, it saved me 3 of the codified Azuroots, that'll do. Right, now we need the enchant for that. Squirrels. Flipping squirrels, man. Oh my god. Enchant tool. What's fun? Okay. Go. Why was I doing that? I don't know. I don't know. Where are the rest of our spec points? Where are we spending spec points over here? Nowhere particularly interesting, to be honest. I don't have enough to fill any one of these, nor do I care for any. I don't know. How you doing, Jack, by the way? Welcome in. Good to see you. Delve in Silvermoon done as fast as the Ring of Glory. No clue why people are praising that delve so much. I don't know, it's new. Shiny. I think lots of people are doing it for that reason, yeah. The fact you can pick up the curios nice and easily. But if you're just after curios, why are you not doing the Grudge Pit? Because it's smaller and more compact, surely. I've only got 2 knowledge points to spend. Right, let's craft the decor then. That's actually what I was here for in the first place, wasn't I? I knew I was here for a reason. Let's show it tailoring. Let's show it inscription. Just be a degen, know where the Kurus spawn in the other delves. And that, yeah. Loot Fever has probably done more delves than nearly all of us in here combined, I would imagine. Restock, decor, tailoring, and who else? Inscription. Go. No materials to gather? We legit have everything we need to bang it out? Genius. Genius. I definitely didn't plan that. The fact that it's trying to use some high quality mats can jog on though, that's bananas. Although things like Sunfire Silk Bolts, it wouldn't surprise me if the high quality ones are the same price as the low quality ones. Maybe I don't care. Right, craft next, go. Now, I do genuinely wonder if we've actually got enough lumber for all of this. I'm probably going to have to do an hour or so of lumber farming anyway today. Wondering if we craft all of this up quickly and then just move straight to go farm some more lumber. Oh, I pressed one button and it's having a heart attack. Oh. Waiting for the augment rune to skyrocket. I don't know, you know. There's a lot of them knocking about. What are they, 500 gold apiece? There's a lot of them out there. The amount of patron orders that people have been doing over the last 6 months is something disgusting. Send these over. Being careful not to learn them. Tragedy that would be. Is that one fucking soulbound again? Blizzard, please. Fix your shit. Why are these soulbound? I've literally sold one. How are these now magically soulbound out of nowhere? I've literally sold one before. How is it now magically soulbound? Welcome in, Rose. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. With the Dell boss, I imagine them going hard tomorrow. I just don't think... I think the supply of augment runes will far outpace the amount of them that will be needed. It'll take some absolutely disgusting goblinry shenanigans for the augment rune to go up by much. Honestly. And that's my take, at least. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't go steal my quick and easy cheesy points for both tailoring and inscription from the new zone. Is my Hearthstone set there? It is. Since I'm a mage, I can quickly get back. $200 flickers I qualify for in inscription. Clearly haven't kept up with those.
Everything is of the finest quality. Amani quality.
Did I buy any of these other recipes actually? The new ones. The Vantus rune. Didn't buy the new Vantus rune. Let's have some of that, please. I didn't buy the new contract. I'll have that as well. Kind of forgot that I could come and buy all of these. Tailoring book. Inscription. Hello? Oh? Why is that not playing game? Why does it claim I don't have Moxie? Oh, I don't have the Void like Marl. Oh. Okay. Shows how much I actually play this character, doesn't it? Whoops. How much is it I need? 750? Oh, I kind of regret doing this now. 10 knowledge points.
Honored that you shopped with me.
New Vantis rune, to be fair, is probably not the worst use of concentration right now. Thinking. Oh, actually, I want one of these quests, actually. These are the ones that give me some easy gear on these tunes. Let me talk to you.
Gathered in Zulaman with pride. I deal in the most exotic goods. You have
Utica Surge.
Come back soon. I'll have new goods just for you, eh?
Is the new Vantis rune worth throwing some conk at? Let's go and have a look. Probably, I'm going to imagine, only if you're vertically integrating all of the other components as well. Which I am not. Oh, and I've also just realised I've made a flipping resourcefulness tool, haven't I, for inscription. Not a multi-craft one. Which means I'm going to be so far off the mark with profitability on anything I craft in inscription. General Joe might have good use on this, but I don't think I will. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? On the basis that it uses the old one. Oh, I mean, it's like 150 gold. It's not really a win, is it? It's not really a win, even with concentration. Yo, I've got such a poorly optimized setup. Yeah, it doesn't even, it's a loss even crafting it with concentration for me. I could in theory throw points into here. May or may not help, but I just don't care. No, that's the actual solution to this. I just don't care. These bolts are not yet spiked in value. Although these are up 20% from historical prices. These are up 25%. I mean, I'll take 25%. These damn cards, they're useless again. Why is ink twice as much? Good question. Oh, that's not what I meant to move. Ink is 10% up from historical prices, but it's Sienna ink's not moved much as of recently. Ironically, it's the cheap ink that's been reset for some reason. Somebody's just doing a number on the cheap ink. I don't know why. I've got nearly 1,000 of them in my war bank. I might actually dig those out and sell them. That's the case. Oh, it's still only 28,000 gold. I almost don't care. Tomorrow's a big weapon crafting day, potentially. So anything that goes anywhere near crafting a weapon is probably being shenaniganed a little bit at the moment. Would be my guess. Whilst this loads, I'm going to grab a drink quickly. Back in 2. Alrighty. It's fresh apple juice season again. I missed out on... I got a big old apple tree in my back garden. And last year, for thinking about it, no. Yep, saved. Oh, Jesus. Don't touch it. I think I've broke the connection on the bottom of my microphone. It's really sensitive. What was I saying? Yeah, it's fresh apple juice season again. Oh, it muted when I was talking about apple juice. Okay, sure, fine. Stupid microphone. Yeah, about 40 kilos of apples, smushed them down into 25 litres of apple juice. So I've got... I'm on an apple juice diet for the next 6 months. Last year it produced no apples at all. This year it produced flipping hundreds of the damn things. But fresh au natural. It's a bit cloudy this year. It looks a little bit like a hangover piss, but it doesn't taste like one. Apple crumble time. Yeah, a little bit later in the season when they get a bit like we turn them into apple juice just before they get like too ripe. You don't get as surprisingly, if you leave them too long, you don't get as much juice out of them. But yeah, a couple of weeks time, apple crumbles, apple pies, Be a little bit like Bubba Gump with apples. Apple everything. Now I need that ninja slushy machine to make some apple slushies. I could make a bunch of apple cider as well, but I'm more of a beer guy. But free is always free.
Everything is of the finest quality.
Right, what do we need for you? The concentrated Silver Moon health potion. Yoink. One of those. We are also gonna need... what's this? Engineering Decor, sure. Alchemy knowledge points. And then presumably engineering knowledge points. Yoink and yoink.
Come back soon. I'll have new goods just for you, eh? All made or gathered in Suleiman with pride.
Before we run off, we should go and double check with the what's his name? Check that there's nothing over here I need.
I do so enjoy a good scroll.
Jewel crafting, cooking, enchanting, tailoring. No, there's nothing I need from you.
Leaving so soon?
That should be... Right, I'll do my sanity check here. That should be most of the recipes now. Groups. Decor. What we got in here? Alchemy then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recipes. What we got in here? I've only learnt 4 of them. You're grouped up. You're grouped up. Grouped up. Grouped up. So which ones am I missing? I've learnt 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm definitely missing some in. A Venom Splat. Venom Splat. The recipe is bind to Warband. Oh. Remnant of Anguish. Oh, Christ. More flipping prey. Riftstone. Why is TSM not seen it? Alright, I need to fix that in a second. Silver Moon, Fountain. Oh, you're already grouped up. Oh, that's already in a group. That's why I couldn't find it. But that should be all 1, 2, 3. There's only 7 alchemy recipes. Okay, that's all of them. You're good. Right, now to actually get them. You come from Prey. You come from Heavy Trunks, meaning you're probably on the auction house. I'm not spending 35,000 gold on a recipe, though. What about you? I'm not spending 50k on a recipe either. You can jog on. Right, we're not getting any more alchemy recipes then. What about engineering? 15 minutes to get the fish for the daily fishing quest. Just buy the fish, man. Honestly, it's genuinely not worth the time. I don't know where and how these delve recipes exist. I haven't seen one the whole of Season 1. The fact that you say that scares me greatly. But it's also why they are clearly stupid money on the auction house. Because they are just really rare. Yeah, I also don't... I don't think I saw a recipe drop the entire Season 1. There's part of me that... there's part of me that thinks that they have some sort of better drop chance on the lower tier delves. Because they can't possibly, with the amount of delves that get done by players, they can't possibly be that rare. They can't be like sub 1% drop chance recipes. But I think because the vast majority of players are doing like 8s, 9s, 10s, and 11s, that they must come from just like low level delves, and the only people that are getting these recipes are getting it whilst they're leveling their characters and doing like 1s to 3s or something. I'm sort of convinced that they're skewed to the lower tier delves. But of course, there's no flipping proving that. That's just a theory. I just can't believe with the amount of delves that get done, there is that few of the recipes. But, love me a bit of a scarcity. It, you know, makes it cool when one does drop for somebody. And secondly, it makes it actually worth something eventually as well, which is, you know, good. Right, what we got in here then? I think I'm missing quite a few of these. Coiled Amani hookshot. You're not in a group. Coiled Amani hookshot. Engineering recipe. Ambient ether charged crystal. You're grouped up already. You're grouped up. All of those ones are in a group. What are we missing? Field lamp is not grouped up. Proudmoore ship in a bottle. Why is that also not in a group? Proudmoore shipping crate. Why is that not grouped up? Oh, because this is just my this is only my midnight profile. Ah, I know. Ignore me, I'm being dumb. Could it be that they don't drop in Bountifuls? After all, as far as I recall, the boxes in Bountiful are called Bountiful Heavy Trunk. Very possibly. It could be that they own it. Yeah, very possibly. Like I said, I think the scarcity of them is sort of skewed by the fact that I don't think the delves that most people are doing, they even drop in. So maybe it's a bountiful thing, maybe it's a high tier thing, I'm not sure. You could be onto something with that logic though. Right, that one. Second make slugs. We can just go buy that. And for 400 gold, we just buy that. No messing. What are you going to charge me to buy this thing, though? Surely nothing serious.
Not the destination. I have great-grandchildren older than you. It is about the journey, not the destination.
Wait, what? Proudmoore ship in a bottle. There we go. Oh, and the alluring nostrum recipe. We should probably grab that as well. See if there's any value in crafting that one.
Except stupid knowledge. Avoid that if you can.
It's the new alchemy potion. Okay, that should be... Is that every okay, that's every single engineering decor attained. The only alchemy ones I was missing. Spray. Expensive as shit, expensive as shit. Yeah, okay. Still missing some of those. Can I do these dailies again? Oh, they just give Void Light Maul.
Oh, my back is killing me.
Okay, right, let's go craft some of this stuff then. Looking at Wowhead, I haven't seen many actually drop from Delves. Wouldn't surprise me if Blizzard just copy-pasted the source. Yeah, for all we know that they're predominantly only available via Moxie bags. And hence why the price of them is, like, astronomical, because there are so few people opening those Moxie bags relative to the, you know, total size of the player base. Yeah, until categorically confirmed that they do actually come from Delves, like I'm willing to question it too. Right, let's do the weekly profession stuff before we craft the decor. Since I need to do it anyway. What are all these public orders saying? Oh, bouquet of herbs, of course. Oh my god, that's one hell of a list. Oh, I've got a double whammy list on the go. So many orders. Of which I ain't doing that one or that one. And I'm not paying 600 gold for 1 point. Oh, it actually claims I've got all the materials as well. Craft log. How many resourcefulness procs on some nice juicy herbs we can get. Kills me to see a multi-craft on a patron order. It genuinely hurts. I'm like, all that lost potential. That multi-craft proc could have gone when I was crafting it myself. Apparently I am missing materials here. What are we missing? Yeah, think how happy I made that non-player character. Buy some spares. Oh, I didn't mean to buy 15 of them. Whatever. Oh, I've got lots of spares. Engineering. Oh, Jeeves. A Blingtron. Never lucky.
We endure. A new Bellore Delana.
Oh, I've got double bubble on these and all. Oh, this was perfect timing to come and do the orders on these dudes. Somehow magically caught a double stack. You're too expensive. Yeah, multiple people are having this issue with Craft Sim. I don't know what's causing it. My recommendation to people is the same as always, which is to turn off all other add-ons and see if it's happening. It's because it's happening to some and not everybody. It's probably not a native Craft Sim bug. It's probably a conflict with another add-on. because it's working perfectly fine for me. That would at least be the first thing I'd try. Love that I can level whilst getting lumber. That's true, actually. Yeah. Feels efficient doing two things at once. Yeah, that's a good point. Though, to be fair, my lumber gathering's on my herbing and mining druid, so I get that double efficiency by picking up some herbs and ore and keeping my druid up to speed. Although, technically, that's not very efficient, but... yeah. The leveling side of things is a smart play. Especially for the old lumbers. Flying around and picking the past expansion lumbers whilst getting some leveling XP as well. It's about the same as what you get from herbing and mining as well. So about 120 nodes. You should probably get about a level per hour-ish. It's not fast for leveling at all, but... call me smart, is this Riz? It's goblin brownie points. Oh, with rest, yeah, with rested it probably spikes even more. Right, bunch of flickers. I got 7 alchemy glimmers from that one shift of patron orders. I clearly haven't done them for a few days. Sure, I can use the 14 knowledge points somewhere. Yo, 8 petrified roots from those goodie bags. Yes, please. This is why people are spamming patron orders. Not doing flipping, not worrying about the concentration anymore.
The dark times will pass. Our enemies will fall. Keep your wits about you.
Righty. Let's see if there is any value in burning that concentration or the... Where am I need to put those knowledge points to start with? Which is the multi-craft? That's the multi-craft node. Basically you need to log into every single day with every single toon to do that, or is there a better way, like every 2 to 3 days? Patron orders do kind of work similar to world quests in terms of the fact that they turn up in batches, but it's not, you can't set your watch by it. It's not like they turn up on Saturdays and Wednesdays. And if you are trying to get the catch-up knowledge points for your professions, the flickers, the orders that give you flickers as a reward, those orders are daily. So for most people, you are, to be honest, just log in as often as your sanity allows. As you know, daily is the way, but you know, you'll put yourself in an early grave if you try and do patron orders on all of your characters every day. And you'll also find that you quite quickly will log on to characters and have like 2 orders, which completely, you know, nukes the value and time spent doing it. So people still sort of treat them as a like twice a week kind of thing, similar to what they did with concentration. Right, that's me alchemy. I'm still 3 points off capping this node, so I'm still not perfectly optimal. I have 3 points though, surely I can craft. Have I got any first time crafts or something that I can do with get 3 bonus knowledge points? 2. Son of a gun. Always one away. Haha. Do 2 first time crafts and go farm a treasure, and I'll actually have potions min-maxed. But anyway, the health potion has good options right now, simply by the fact that the difference in value between, what the hell? Difference in value, these is outrageous. Yeah, the concentration on your using conch here is pretty good value right now. There's the pricing thing. It's not called recipe info. That's the one. Yeah, you're looking at nearly 6 gold per point of concentration right now, which is so funny. This time last expansion, when people were still trying to wrap their heads around concentration, like somebody would have looked at 6 gold per point of concentration and gone, not a fucking chance. Because you had enchanting doing like 15 to 20 gold per point of concentration. Now people will now 6 gold is literally probably the best you get in any craft ever. Which is kind of wild. You can squeeze out 3 crafts as well. So if you're oh, in fact that number's probably even slightly better if I put the multi-craft tool on. 7 gold. If you can get a multi-craft proc on one of those, you're doing well for yourself. I can't imagine there's much else. We do a recipe scan. Luring Nostrum looks to be 9 gold per point of concentration right now. That's the big play. Concentration. Why is that one standing out from the crowd so much? No real reason other than I imagine the high quality versions of these, there just isn't many of them. Not sure that one will sell. I mean, it's a potion. It goes on the region-wide auction house. You'll still sell them within 5 minutes. Anything that touches the region-wide auction house is an instant sell. Refreshing serum. Refreshing serum is a bit baity because they've been reset in price. And my data's a little bit old on that. But yeah, the new health potion is the safest bet, I think, for concentration right now. Pretty much. And I buy 3 crafts worth of mats just for demonstrative purposes. 6 of those. And 75 of those. Right. Boom. Go on, give me a multi-craft proc. 30 set. There we go. There we go. There's the juice. There's the multi-craft proc you want. Right, I've won. I'll stop now. I've won. I've already won. I turned 500 gold into 4,000. I've already won. Go on, 2 for 2. Multi-craft in and an ingenious breakthrough. Do we save? You have 14.6% chance to save 50% of your conch. Hey! 3 for 3 on the multi-crafts. Suck it, losers. Right. With 250 conch left, can I actually do anything with that? I could use one of these gold stars. Why the hell not? I don't have enough mats. We're not going to. A turkey. That's what we called a turkey. Yeah, triple strike. Triple strike. Yeah, we turned 500 gold into 8,000 there. Can you check the price on mana pots and light potential for me? What's the mana pot called? Light fused mana pot. 125 for the good ones. What else? Light's potential. 150 for the good ones. A little bit up from recently. Yeah, it's an interesting one about the vials, the sunglass vials. The reality of this is that, at least as of yet, no real significant price change on the cost of the high quality vial. Because interestingly, what's happened is the change to allow you to convert up to the high quality stuff has not pulled the ceiling price of the vials down. It's actually pulled the floor price of the quality 1 glass up. Which is good for alchemy, because it does still mean that there is the price difference in the cost of the vials, which does still help maintain alchemy's concentration value. But it's questionable to how long that will happen, or stay that way for. Still got 21,000 of the good lights potentials and 8,000 of the mana pots. Holy. Right. All of that was a side hustle to what I actually need to do, which was craft the decor, wasn't it? Now the next big question is, do I actually still have enough lumber to finish this off? Or are we going to get cucked and need more lumber? Right, let's show TSM Alchemy. Let's show TSM Engineering. You gonna play game? Bingo. Right, restock alchemy and engineering decor. 17 items. Missing a bunch of ether looms, that's fine. Gathering. Oh, lumber is not on the list. I might actually have, believe it or not, enough lumber for this first crafting session. $26 soul sprockets, 2,000 gold. 23 song gears is only 1,600 gold. 48 ether looms, literally free, at 200 gold. Why did it not buy all of the song gears? Got an ad, missed your comment on the potion stock. I think it was nothing more than just like, that's a lot of potions. What am I still missing? Nothing. Lies. Why am I only making 4 alchemy recipes, actually? That's the one thing I'm questioning here more than anything else. Why am I only making 4 pieces of alchemy decor? That doesn't feel right, does it? Something about that don't feel right at all. Hang on. Sanity check. Why am I not making all the other alchemy recipes? Oh, well, that'll be why. Because I only know 4 alchemy decor recipes. Well, that's well, that'll be it then. Venom Splat, the Rift Stone, and oh, okay, yeah, there just isn't that many alchemy recipes. Sure. Hang on, there's the crafting table for engineering. And then, oh my god, just like brain on autopilot, instantly go to patron orders. I'm not sure I like this playlist today, you know. Such an incredibly weird... I mean, it's all sort of dancey music, but just such an incredibly weird combination of tracks have been put together in this playlist. I'm not sure I'm a fan. Right. That then is all the 8 major crafting professions or up in regards to decor. Why is this one not crafting? That's usually a sign that something's gone whoopsie-doo with it. Rendorai Stargazer. When I say whoopsie-doo, what I usually mean that TSM thinks I have enough materials, but I actually don't. Yeah, like here, I don't actually have all of the song gears that I need. God, don't even have a multi-craft tool. There we go, there's the multi-craft I needed. Oh, which one was it? Was it the Stargazer? I think it was the Stargazer, wasn't it? Yeah. Right ones. Beautiful. Beautiful. Get it sent off. Oh, is that it? Just one? Two. Cheeky. Right, I actually lucked out there. I didn't go through quite as much lumber as I expected. That still does mean, though, I probably have way low reserves on the lumber. But it's fine. I can deal with that. Let's get all of this decor put on the auction house, though. Oh, and this is just the midnight decor. I'm probably not going to, like, as far as all of the past expansion decor, crafted decor is concerned, I'm probably gonna stick to just flipping that stuff, to be honest. Regarding the midnight stuff, I needed an excuse to update my TSM groups, and I might actually try and do some maths to calculate a more accurate value for midnight lumber. It's a bit more difficult to do than the past expansion lumbers, just because of the amount of recipes that use it. I can't really use the same tactic I did of just averaging out the costs. Let's take everything. But if I do it on a per profession basis, I might be able to decide where or which professions are more lucrative to make sure I definitely have their decor crafted, for example. But it is kind of quite min-maxy. That's not super necessary. Deselect decor. Do a quick cancel scan in case we've been undercut on anything. You could have thought we'd be farming resources. Crazy, isn't it? Absolute madness. What we want is to see a fair few of these which say undercutting competition. That means we're at least competitive on the price right now. I have no intentions of being competitive on price on all of this. Simply because this is Draenor. This is the biggest realm in the entire EU. It's where decor prices are often tanked into the ground. And under normal circumstances is where I would actually be buying a bunch of cheap decor in order to take it somewhere else and sell it for more. But to start with, I needed to get it all crafted. Okay. Right. Question time then. How much lumber has that left us with? 309 lumber if TSM's Warbank calculation is to be believed. Which I don't think it is to be believed. Let's double check.
Sinu Amanore.
Oh, it's close. 293. 313 in total, if I was to deposit what I've got on hand. 313. It's total lumber still, which is plenty for now. Although, we can definitely do better than that. I might then round off the stream and go jump on the druid. Oh, we've just sold the font of gleaming water, by the way. It's already selling, look. It's already selling. Who says Decor doesn't sell? Who says Decor doesn't sell? It's already selling, look. 6 pieces of lumber. Equating each piece of lumber to have a value of about 200 gold a piece. Still only cost 2,000 gold. Sold it for 6,500. See? Already selling. Who says that Decor doesn't sell? Now, what I probably want to do for the midnight decor is have enough lumber farmed to actually be able to craft 2 of everything. This means when something like that happens and we sell one, it means we still have one on the auction house that can then sell again. Giving us a bit of time between selling stuff and restocking stuff where we're not left short, if that makes sense. But that requires a whole extra stack of lumber. I think with all the recipes we have, I think we started with about 1,000 lumber and we're left with about 300. So 1 of everything, based on the recipes I have. I don't have all of the recipes, but based on the recipes I have, 1 of everything was about 700 lumber, or 3-ish hours worth of lumber farming, give or take. Okay. Let's be tracking herbs. Let's be tracking minerals. Overload buttons, check. Let's go grab some stuff. We want a loot appraiser for this? We want a loot appraiser. Or not? I don't have any route or anything set for new zone yet, but aimlessly flying around picking stuff up also just works. If in doubt. Ignoring Tranquility Bloom though is probably a play. Let's do a quick cheeky half hour out here and just see what we can get. If we just kind of go anti-clockwise, roughly round the edge, surely that'll work, right?
Give them some competition.
We did science that it's kind of possible to get about 250 lumber an hour out here without too much difficulties. Oh yeah, I get corrosive coins whilst gathering as well now. I forgot. Not enough that's going to add up though, I don't think. No, I don't want to start fighting you. Oh, your attacks are too fast. Haha, you missed. I win. See you later. After 58 days, it's finally raining. I'll ask you again in like 2 months' time. Oh, that's not standard. That's a decrepit cache. I don't have keys for those. Oh, I got, yeah, I'm gonna get in a fight if I go in there. Lorne is happy to see some water for sure. Yeah, gardens need the rain. Like, if you're an avid gardener, lack of rain in summer can be your worst nightmare, honestly. Few raindrops yesterday, a lot more today though, but also smoke clouds from the forest fires in the west. Not necessarily the fresh air you want. Yeah. Yeah, that don't sound great. I'll be real. Carrying 10 litres of water a day to the garden, still seeing a lot of it die. Carrying 10 litres of water to the garden? There's this modern technology we have that is called a hose. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason why you're not using one, but that's... We have a hose pipe ban. Surely the concept of a hose pipe ban is to preserve water. You carrying it manually is still doing the same thing, though, right? I don't know. I don't know the logic behind that, but that's quite funny. $10 litres out of a hose or 10 litres out of the tap. It's the same 10 litres though, right? And if you leave your hose on for 3/4 of an hour, then sure you use a lot more water, but I don't know. I'm not too clued up with this sort of stuff. I really wish I could not see all these treasures on the map though. Like, genuinely, the amount of treasures that spawn in this zone is actually an unforgivable amount. There is so much as, you know, there is such thing as too many treasures. Genuinely I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 treasures just on my mini-map right now. Like, it's actually absurd. $10 to 15 litres a minute from a hose pipe. But yeah, just use the hose pipe for 1 minute. I don't know. I'm pretty loosey-goosey on these sorts of rules. I get into constant disagreement, should we say, with the wife over little things like this. If there was a hose pipe ban here, for example, she would absolutely not use a hose, and I'm like, well, I'm still using the damn hose. I'll just be careful with how much I use it. Understanding the reason for the ban. I mean, water still comes out my tap, like, and more importantly, I still pay for the same water, the same way I would do otherwise. I just think some of these are rules that are flexible. They ban the hose, I'll just use my sprinkler system. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll just use my high power irrigation system instead. I wonder if there's a surge going on here. I wonder. Come for the party, stay for the entertainment. Need heavy rain for weeks so that the earth gets soaked several meters deep. That's not happening according to a forecast. Yeah, gardens just inherently need a lot of water. UK reservoirs 70 to 80% empty, and there's still another month of summer. Do the water companies not just jack up the price of water anyway? That not kind of like... I don't know. Oh, rip frame rate. Oh my god. Not allowed to, price is regulated. I thought this is the downside of all of the water companies being privatized in the UK, that they get away with shit they shouldn't do. I don't know. Either way, fair play to you to sticking by the rules. Oh, this is the, we gather the herb. And then we stand here whilst it ticks down. Oh, do we not gain anything whilst this is ticking down? Oh god, we're not actually I'm not actually gaining anything whilst this is ticking down. I thought on each... Oh, now it spawns the globes that you have to pick up. I remember this differently from the PTR. So actually, yeah, that's where having a chain of 8 druids, because flipping half a minute just to channel the damn flipping node first is grim. Oh, and Loot Appraiser also doesn't calculate the cost of all of these. We picked up 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of those at 17 gold a piece. That's 350 gold, which Loot Appraiser just has, for some reason, chosen to ignore. Loot Appraiser is rubbish these days. It's been on the ropes for a while. Privatized water is insane. Oh, I know. I agree. I don't like to get too political about this sort of shit, but I tend to believe anything that is pretty much mandatory for human survival should not be locked behind a for-profit company. Oh, so even my Loot Appraiser numbers are going to be scuffed ass, because we stopped for the surge, and it's not taking into consideration those cursed nodes properly. Why doesn't Loot Appraiser just literally scan everything? Why doesn't it just pull the info from the chat channel of what you loot? Why is it scanning your bags? That seems silly. Seems like it does it backwards. Same with electricity, it's insane to me. Yeah, privatization of these things is or was a questionable. You can argue it was probably done for good reasons, but unfortunately, give somebody the opportunity to be greedy and get away with it, they'll be greedy and get away with it. If you give a private company the opportunity to run that business so that you don't have to run it, and then try and regulate how much profit they make, you're fighting a losing battle, mate. I'm sorry, you're just straight up fighting a losing battle. Governments clearly have too much, you know, they have a lot, not too much, but they have a lot on their plate in the first place. Hence why they privatize and sell off a lot of the industry so that they don't have to be dealing with it. Now, why is that mining node not showing on my screen? Ah, I've not been tracking minerals. Fucking donut. But, yeah, you give somebody the opportunity to be greedy in this world and they will be greedy. Then these supposedly privatized companies report losses. So then they only get bailed out by the governments in the first place. Yet somehow magically, the CEOs and board members of these large companies walk away with tens of millions of what is clearly just taxpayer. I'm getting way too political about this. I apologize. People play video games to ignore this shit. You just scratched an itch in my brain. Said, give people the ability to be greedy and get away with it, and they will be greedy. Best solution is for a central overarching system, e.g. a government, to fucking do their job properly. And that is Manthus's TED Talk for the day. Apologies. No, it's fine. I trigger myself with this stuff. I am relatively strong opinioned on stuff like this, but I also, because I understand most of these topics end up being pretty divisive, I do my best to limit the amount we bang on about them on stream. We can complain about goblin economics all we like within the four walls of Azeroth. But real world politics causes real stress to people, so I try not to exacerbate those problems for people. Oh, I overloaded it and then forgot I was overloading it and clicked the button. Dumbass. Meant to channel it, I forgot. Been saying for a long time that important things should belong to the government. Government builds the roads, the trains, the stations. Private businesses sell pies on those stations. Yeah, it's not rocket science, is it? Oh my god, look at the treasure chests around here. Everything is a treasure. How is that possible? Oh, the fact that I am ever so slowly picking up corrosive coins is also a nice bonus to this, but it is quite literally ever so slowly. Is that the first knowledge point I think I've got from gathering as well? Yeah, this is just... Something has to be cut out of this. Something has to be chopped from this. Or at least when you're doing this, you should probably highly prioritize something. Pick whatever that something is. And, like, do your absolute best to not get too bogged down doing the other things. Is laminate actually more durable? Cheaper? Sure. Are we talking about wooden flooring all of a sudden? I'm happy for the change of pace of conversation. Laminate is often more durable, yes. Because it's a very skinny layer of hardwood glued on top of chipboard that's very cheap. Unless you have moisture in your home. Oh, that is true, because it'll warp and bend and do all sorts of silly stuff. But the squirrels. Hey, I don't mind a squirrel. We're all about a good squirrel over here. Love a good squirrel. Looking at getting a new desk. Solid wood for the feel or laminate for durability and half the price. Oh, we were talking about desks, not wood flooring. Well, same concept, really. My desk right now, I just went to the hardware store, bought 4 legs. 4 nice chrome legs. And I just bought a kitchen counter. Solid oak kitchen counter. Literally half the price of buying a desk. And I've just got, for the most part, a nice big mouse mat that sort of protects the main section, but the rest of the desk is, you know, nice. You and the wife have new legs, yeah. We went to Turkey. She got new legs, I got new tits. Boom. I mean, the other reason I think for trying to prioritize one thing over another is what you can clearly see happening with my gold per hour doing this. Is I'm basically hemorrhaging gold because I'm not really doing anything particularly efficiently. I'm not herbing and mining efficiently, nor am I picking up lumber efficiently. It's kind of the concept of half a jobbing 3 different things here, really, which is lumbering, treasures, and herbing and mining. Half a jobbing all 3 of them isn't actually that useful. You are probably better off hard focusing on one and just kind of supplementing it with something else. And believe it or not, my money would be on hard focusing lumber. And then if you just so happen to see a overloadable node, then do your thing. Or you know, a shiny node, pick it up. But probably then just flat out ignoring all other herbs and ore. Although a high quality azurite we take. Like here. Shiny node, pick it up. That said, I've caused a problem. This is also why at least having some gear on your gathering character is definitely helpful. Yeah, Loot Appraiser doesn't count these cursed globes either when you overload. Loot Appraiser's useless. You have to hack the damn thing to get it to do anything you want it to properly. What's the clear and obvious alternative that I'm just not using? What's top tier farmers using to track shit these days? I've decided Loot Appraiser's going in the bin. Since Profits stopped updating it, it's been forked and maintained, but it's not really been kept up to speed, has it? Messing around picking up a copper node for that. Hey! BOE. Yeah, I'm literally 23 minutes deep and we're estimated to make only 25,000 gold this hour, and that's just because we're half a job in everything. The desk subject, it also depends how long you're going to keep the desk, how much wear is it going to get, and how handy are you, because with a hardwood desk the top gets bad. You can just sand it to get it new again. True. Like I said, my solution to that is I just use like one of those big mouse mats. Protects the top layer of the desk from the mouse and the keyboard and whatever. The rest of the desk doesn't get much work, or just much wear and tear. It was as simple as just screwing 4 legs onto the bottom of it. Easy peasy. You could even just go out and buy like the stand-up adjustable desks and whatever. The fact that Kahani usually has like 150 stream streak, I would imagine that his desk also, much like mine, gets used regularly on the daily. Oh wait, hang on, what are you? You're a one-time treasure. Let's make you disappear then. Stop, you stupid pigeon! Land! Disconnect me. Prophet's still working on the add-on and streaming? No, he's not played WoW for years at this point. He went all MAGA and weird, if I'm honest. There was definitely a period of time where he was a bit of a pillar in the community, but he went a bit odd. And I don't think he's played WoW for years.
The Murlocs have been harassing our troops. Put them in their place.
Second-hand oak dining table. Got it for free as nobody wanted it. I mean, that's a win. The only, I'm more than content with my desk, other than I would quite like for it to be a little bit wider. I mean, that sounds ridiculous. My desk is 180 centimeters wide, but I would kind of like it to be 2 meters 20 wide. That's because I have a 3-monitor setup. My 3 monitors actually stretch across the most of the desk. There's no extra room on the edges. Mostly because I would actually quite like to put my PC up on my desk as well. I have 3 dogs, and you've seen how fluffy they are. And I worry on a daily basis just how much dust and fur my PC is ingesting. With it being sat on the floor. It's not as bad as... We have hard floors, so it's easier to keep it clean, but... Carpet, but I still worry about it. Oh, triple lumber proc. Hello. I have to... Not only... Not going to stand and channel next to mobs. Not going to waste 30 seconds trying to channel something and another 30 seconds killing mobs. Bought myself Noe style Model 2, 2 meters wide wooden desk a few years ago. Very happy with it. Yeah, I don't need much extra space on my desk. I literally just need, like I said, an extra 20 centimeters, 30 centimeters just for the main PC to sit on. And of course, I've spoke about this a few times. I would absolutely love a standing desk. Just geographically is a bit problematic because I have a ceiling that does this right in front, a diagonal ceiling. I'm touching the ceiling now, for example. Yeah, who would an extra 20 centimeters? Yes, Jack. Yes, the wife is complaining again. An extra 20 centimeters. I'm not looking to triple the length of it. Wanted to have 2 screens and enough space next to it for pen and papers and plates. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. I just want a little bit extra on the sides. Saw a video that had been exposed to heavy smoking on a regular basis. It's wild. I was surprised it even worked. I know, yeah. The number one thing that kills PCs is dust. Might want to try Loot Race if you haven't tested it already. Oh, okay. Is that a Loot Appraiser alternative? What was it called? Loot Race. Where's Curse Forge? Oh, it's actually meant for, like, group farming. Student, of course. Of course, you can always use it solo, sure. The question for me is how much control do you get over the valuation of the items? This is what I tend to find is difficult with these add-ons. And it's actually one thing I do praise Loot Appraiser for. The Loot Appraiser gives you the this ability to customize what price source you want to use based upon the item type. Which is very, very handy, and the only thing that is keeping me using Loot Appraiser as of right now. because I can trigger map price for trade skills, which means I can get things like lumber tracking working properly. But for things like BOEs and stuff, I can take the regional sale average. This level of customization of how I value things is very useful. Test it live. Test it live. If it sucks, we can ban him. Calm down, Jack. Relax. Back it up, son. Oh, of course I'm using Loot Appraiser Reloaded, yeah. The old one basically doesn't work. It's realistically the one thing that frustrates me about Loot Appraiser right now is it's not tracking things that I pick up from. It's not tracking the overload materials, which are a good percentage of the value at the moment. You know, an item tracker is very, very quickly falls into the useless category if it only tracks some items, you know. And there's the other one called Kiwi Farm or something. I've actually got this one already. I never got it to work properly, though. Or I never tried to use it. It's hidden up here somewhere. I'm going to keep that just next to it, just out of curiosity more than anything else. It's nowhere near as customizable, though. I installed it and then basically never tried to use it because I decided I also didn't really like it. Doesn't seem to actually even work now. Oh, because you have to press start. Fuck's sake. That's genuinely the reason why it hasn't worked up until now. What does Kiwi Farm think worth? Nothing. Yeah, it does. It's... Prices of items. Yeah, you can only price items by, in a weird way. I can use DB recent for everything, but lumber isn't going to have a DB recent price. Yeah, that one can go away as well. Alright, we'll put that loot race thing on, just have a look. Wait, added 1 day ago? That's just its last update. You've got 2,000 downloads in the first day. That's pretty stonks. And that off because you're useless. Been using Gathering Tracker instead. Doesn't do lumber though. Yeah, I want one that tracks everything. Like I said, an item tracker that only tracks some things is kind of useless to me. Loot race settings, price sources, price source, trade skill master, and then what price source? See, there's still, and you can't use a custom price source either. So I can't do something clever like making a custom price source that automatically pulls in what I need it to. Yeah, it's still gonna be loot appraiser, unfortunately. I mean, I'm sure this is probably fun for going into race mode in a party or something. And it's also clearly vibe coded to shit. Yeah, sorry, that's not going to do what I need it to. I genuinely think Loot Appraiser is probably still my best, but... I don't do enough gathering to really worry about it that much anyway. It's just if we start having to farm up a bunch of lumber and other stuff at the same time, it'd be useful to have accurate tracking. Oh, just gone for these. I'm actually surprised I've had like only 2 knowledge points from doing this as well. Seems to happen to me every time, to be fair, but I should learn my lesson of that. I really just don't do gathering, do I? Like, I am just not kitted out for gathering. Like, where it becomes a necessary evil, sure, I can do the bare minimum. But I am absolutely not the kind of person that's kitted out for just casually flying around the map, picking things up for hours on end. 20 minutes deep and I'm already frustrated and looking for add-ons to smooth out the problems, and it's, yeah. I should stick to what I'm good at, which is crafting shit and tinkering on the auction house. Oh, piggy, leave me alone. Gone. Oh, it's vanished. Found a great new Whisper add-on. It's one thing I've never used an add-on for particularly, is chat in the game. Whisper Messenger. In fact, the only time I ever had any need for any sort of add-on for chat in game was the days of Shadowlands Legendaries. Where I would proactively be sometimes talking to like 3 people at a time. If you're if you're big game on work orders these days, though, I imagine something that pops out each chat in a different window. There's the Azeroth Instant Messenger or something, isn't it? There's the another one. Might code a new add-on someday. Then I'm bored on WoW. Oh, was that loot race your add-on? Was it? It was. I didn't mean to dumpster it quite so quickly. It just simply doesn't do what I need it to do. Oh, it wasn't? Oh, okay. Oh, then I don't feel bad anymore. There is an add-on I need somebody to make, and it'll be an add-on that will do well. I can categorically guarantee if somebody wants an add-on idea that wants 200,000 downloads, I've got an easy one for you. There needs to be a lumber valuation add-on, and it needs to basically do what my weak auras do. Not my weak auras, sorry, my TSM custom price sources, but it needs to do it not in TSM, and needs to do it without there being a character limit on the custom price source, and it needs to preferably be able to use something other than TSM as well for its price sources. If anybody is interested in making a cheeky little add-on that will probably be vibe coded in an afternoon, but will solve a problem that very, very, very many people have, that I seem to have been the only one that's come up with any solution for up until now. It's how do you value lumber? The only reason I haven't looked into doing it myself is I know full well that add-ons are an absolutely thankless job and I don't know where to even start, so... If you are a techie coder kind of somebody in the first place and want a mini homebrew project, give me a DM. Found 2 more alternatives for the tracking. No guarantee about the options though. General gold tracker and money looter. Later one seems to be able to do custom strings from what I can see. Also, I'm in love with Ellesmere UI. Thank you for the thank you Loot Fever for the suggestions. I'll look at those in a minute. This Ellesmere UI thing I've heard of. It seems to be big for the raiders, right? Is it basically replicating... Is it just an alternative to ElvUI? Is that what it's trying to do? Just a 2026 fresh ElvUI equivalent. I mean, in that sort of genre, in that sort of area, more competition's good for everybody involved. Also handy for solo play because you just enable the modules that you need. I think more add-ons could do with being modular these days, allowing you to turn some stuff off and some stuff off, some stuff on, some stuff off. There's a lot of people out there that still wish TSM was modular. Me being one of them almost, to be honest, these days. Ellesmere UI is mainly a complete suite aimed at the Raiders and Mythic Plus. But he's made the modules available as a standalone version, so you don't need to overhaul your UI. Interesting. I think it was, when was it? When did WoW do the UI overhaul? Was it Dragonflight? Was it The War Within? I genuinely can't remember. But whenever Blizzard made a more conservative effort to start taking care of the UI was when I tried my best to scrap as many UI related add-ons as I could. Keep my game as vanilla as possible. You know, you can move shit around now, which is fine. Mostly because it just gets so wildly frustrating every time there's a patch or something that everything breaks. And the one thing you like, I can do without a tool or a feature or a tracker or something, when your entire UI just shits itself. Like, and you're like, it's patch day, I really need this to just like work. It's always these UI add-ons that just fall over dead. So I used to use ElvUI, and for the most part loved it, other than for that one specific reason that they tried to get me to download separate add-on installers just to manage their UI add-on. Wouldn't seem to do it through things like Curse, which pissed me off. Secondly, you know, every patch day it was broken. It hurt my brain. So when you get used to your UI looking a certain way, as soon as it's even slightly different, like It hurts. Right, I think I'm about ready to call this a day, though. We're not getting really many knowledge points by doing the herbing and mining, and to be honest, the gold per hour from doing this is absolutely atrocious. While it is ticking a few boxes, it's getting me a bit of lumber, it's getting me a few materials to instantly sell, because it's you know, it's ticking a few boxes, so it's of value, but it's not something I want to do more than half an hour blasts at. Let's take this dude back to town. In fact, to be honest, we can just leave him sat at the city here. There's no need to take him all the way back to the town, because he's only going to have to come back next time. I find the base UI is good enough, can't be bothered to play around with something that's going to break every patch. Yeah, I don't have any immediate UI related problems that I'm trying to fix, which is why I'm not too bothered about an overhaul. I've heard of this Ellesmere UI and I've heard good things about it. It's just, I don't have a problem that I need solving in that regard. But people can check it out if they haven't already and are interested. I'm sure it does some clever stuff. It certainly looks smart, but I'm not the right kind of player that it sort of is designed for anyway. Right, boys and girls, thank you very much for sticking with me today. It was a bit of a chill, just kind of like mess about day today. Tomorrow, obviously, we've got reset for us. Well, Team NA have got reset later today. So best of luck beta testing for us again, Team NA. Appreciate it, as always. Team EU, I will see you in the morning, and we will poke around and see what's new and probably do a bunch of delves and, you know, have some fun. I appreciate you sticking about. Hope you had fun. Come say hi on the Discord if you're not there already. As a slight change of pace, we will send you over to... Do we want to go say hi to Bear? He's playing some Final Fantasy at the moment. Alternatively, I can throw you over to Goldson. I think it's fair we raid into Goldson. He's raided me a few times the last few days. Let's send you over to Goldson. No clue what he's up to today, but it'll be something probably goal-making related as well. So if you haven't thrown Goldson a follow, make sure you do. Where's me button gone? Button, where's the button? Button, there's the button. Oh, he's multi-box leveling for Lyra. He's doing it in true goal-making Goldson fashion. Right, go say hi. Love you and leave you. See you all tomorrow. Peace.